NEWS.MC on Monaco Info is brought to you by Monaco Legend Properties. Our exclusive interview with the personalities making the Principality.
My name is Guido Giovannelli. I'm working for BPM Exclusive. I believe that my accent will be immediately recognized. I'm Italian. I'm coming from a very nice region, and for the Italian people, the region is very important. I'm coming from Tuscany, and I spent my first part of the life, so my first 25 years in Tuscany. I studied in Pisa, a very technical study linked with the research, linked with airplanes, linked with the aeronautical engineer. Then the life, and I started to work in the automotive sector. It was an opportunity that started with the Fiat Group. They proposed me to have a kind of program for 100 people. They choose 100 people, and the idea was to change the location, the country every 18 months, and change also the role, the scope, and the company. So it was something very, very nice, because every 18 months you were changing really your activities, you're changing your company, and so on. The idea was really to create the future management for the Fiat Group. That is why I started in automotive. And the last part of my journey was with Maserati. I spent more or less 10 years in Maserati in different locations. And my last job was responsible for Europe, Africa, and Middle East for Maserati. Before I was working for the car maker, and today I'm working for the retail business. So we have a dealership, but it's a completely different job. And for me it was strange. But there was a magic word that was Monaco. It was so beautiful, and I say, okay, let me think about. And after 1 week, I say, okay, I'm coming. And that was the decision. My career is very, very simple. 25 years with the car maker, with the Fiat Group, and I hope other 25 years with this group, that is BPM. BPM Group is a big group, more than 3,000 people, and is specialized in automotive business, from agricultural tractor to luxury brands like we have here in Monaco. For the group that is today is based in 3 countries, in France, Monaco, and Switzerland. The idea is to continue to grow. We have the official dealership for 15 different brands. As you know, we have Mercedes, we have Smart, we have McLaren, Rolls-Royce, Ferrari, Aston Martin, Bentley, Pagani, Maserati. Today we are representing more or less 350 million euro of turnover in Monaco. Monaco is a really very nice country for cars, for luxury cars, for sport cars. The culture is linked with the story. Of course, the Monaco Grand Prix is very important, but it is not just that, because there is the Monte Carlo Rally and so on. So the culture with automotive is quite deep, and of course is a very important country for us. Of course, Monaco is very international, so we have a different culture in different countries, different people from different countries that are coming in Monaco. And especially in some brands, we see a change of importance of the customer, like Rolls-Royce. And I was personally impressed to see young people that they were there and buying a Rolls-Royce. That is a job that was done by Rolls-Royce, because they have introduced, for instance, the SUV car, the new electric car, the Spectre. Is also something that is working with a younger generation better than my generation. And today is really very nice to speak with nice younger generation, but in the same time you need really to respect a lot of things that are more rigid, that is strange in comparison with my generation. Our technicians are really dedicated to the brands. They have also they are kind of a ranking of technician, and they have to do a lot of trainings. For instance, this moment we have one guy that is doing 3 weeks of training in Rolls-Royce. To have the ranking, the highest ranking in Rolls-Royce, you have to know everything about the car. Today we have a lot of electronic in the cars, so you have a lot of support from the PC, from the computer, or from the program, but the human is still doing the difference in our job. The representation of the brand is very important, because we have all our showrooms that are in the city. It's not like if you go to Milan or if you go to other city. Normally the dealerships are not in the center, are a little bit far away. So for us it's really very important the representation that we have. Just to give you some example, with Rolls-Royce we have been the second dealership in the world that has done the new corporate identity. We are developing concepts that are a little bit different in comparison with the other dealership. For instance, it's very important to have a bar, to have the possibility to take a coffee, because the people are just crossing the road or they're just passing in front and they stop to take a coffee or to discuss about the new model or discuss about what happened on the Formula One and so on. But what is important also is the after sales, so the service. In this moment, we have taken this decision to maintain all the service in Monaco. That is, as you can imagine, with the cost of the real estate is not the best decision from a financial point of view. But for customer experience, we believe that it's better to drop off the car in Monaco and to pick up the car in Monaco when you need to do the service. We have just opened a new service for Ferrari in Fontvieille, 1,300 square meters. We will have the opportunity to have the double of capacity. We have 8 lifts in comparison as today we have 4 lifts. So we will have the opportunity to sell more Ferrari in the future. The customer in France, if you are Aston Martin customer, you will buy Aston Martin because you love Aston Martin, you are linked with the brand, you want really to feel a part of this family. In Monaco, it's a little bit different. Of course, the people recognize in one brand or 2 brands, but they have the opportunity to have different brands all together. For us, it's nice because we have the opportunity to see a customer today in McLaren and tomorrow in a Ferrari. So we are doing also event together, and to have this kind of day that is dedicated to our customer to enjoy what is our passion, that is automotive. Our customer, they share a lot of information with us, and it's true there is a lot of question about the future, electrification, about hybrid version, electric version. We have cars that are full electric. Also, for instance, Rolls-Royce has launched a new car that was the Spectre, that is full electric car. In my opinion, of course, it's something that is going to change in the future. Electrification is not just a full electric car, but you can have also hybrid version. Of course, the people, especially on sport cars, they like to have the noise, they like to have the 12-cylinder, they like to have that, but we have also to take in consideration that the world is changing. The automotive business is quite simple. You have a contract with one car maker, can be Mercedes, can be Ferrari, whatever. They give you some standard that you have to respect, and of course you have some allocation from the brands. I like to say that we work very closely with the brands. Our team in each dealership is really very close to the brand. The people are exclusive. For instance, if you take the Ferrari dealership here in Monaco, all the people that are working Ferrari, they're working just for Ferrari Monaco. They don't work for other brands. Of course, they respond to ourselves, to the group, but in the same time, they have a link very, very close with Ferrari West Europe or with Ferrari Italy. I see a lot of future. What is important for us is be able to change our behavior. That is not easy. We have seen in the last year with COVID or with all the political and social problems that we are facing today, that the market can change very quick. You have to have the capacity to see what is going to happen, but even more difficult, is to convince or to adapt our team, our people to the changement. Because, when it's working, we are in Monaco, we are selling cars, it's working, but maybe tomorrow it can change. And it's very, very difficult to someone to convince the people that it's changing. There is a lot of passion also in the younger generation. And for instance, the Formula One, 10 years ago, we were saying, okay, the Formula One was going down. It's not true. There is still a lot of passion for this kind of world. The car spotter that you have in Monaco, they are young people that are just there waiting the car that will pass. You need not to think with your head, but you need to think with the mind of the people that they will buy the car in the future. And that is not easy. Monaco is magic. If you love cars, it's magic. You can see on the road Bugatti, Pagani, or classic car that is huge. I have seen one time a GTO here in Monaco. Is Ferrari GTO. It's just a dream car. Yes, if you are passionate about this world, it's the place where you have to be. I'm very lucky because today I have the opportunity to work here.
That's all for today. Thank you for watching NEWS.MC, your English rendezvous on Monaco Info. Discover more interviews and stories on our websites, NEWS.MC and MonacoInfo.com. This show was brought to you by Monaco Legend Properties.